Mia Fabros and the Oaks Christian Lions, 12-10 over Corona Del Mar, and an open division pool play match. 3 goals each for you and McKenna Bygrave. But obviously, you had to do it straddling that fine line of 2 exclusions. But obviously, it goes without saying that the more impactful that you are, the greater presence that you have in the water, the longer the journey will go for Oaks Christian, just like it did last year to capture the Open Division Championship. Just to kind of be under that, because you never know what the officials are looking for. Jack has stopped trying to figure out, he even said at the Newport tournament, he's like, from one match to the next, it's like I have to tell my girls different things, based on what the officials are looking at. But just your ability to manage those 2 exclusions, stay in the water, and still have a big impact in the 3rd and 4th quarters when the team really needed it, because credit to Corona Del Mar, that they never backed down, and they actually cut it to a goal with 5 minutes left. So just how important was that today, and certainly for Newport and the future challenges going forward?
I mean, a lot of our preparation for class has been focused on top 4. So, you always have these games that you have to beat and will be competitive to get to those, like semifinals and quarterfinals. So we definitely knew that it was going to be a challenge today. We couldn't let any guard down, and I think some parts we did, but in the end we managed to pull it out. For me personally, with those 2 ejections, I really have been trying in practice just to manage how aggressive I'm being and just find the balance between getting a steal or getting an offensive or like ejection or kick out. You can go so many ways. I've definitely been doing video with Coker just to see what I'm doing differently and what I can do differently in the water so that I don't get into foul trouble, because it can really hurt our team, and we don't have the numbers for that, and we need everyone to stand so that we're able to play strong.
Not just because of your brilliance your last season and helping this team win a championship, but just throughout your career, you are the most impactful lefty in the entire state of California. So just that dimension that it gives to this group, right? Because obviously, all the rest, are right, and just and especially on your last goal, like just your ability to keep moving laterally and keep the goalkeeper guessing and whatnot, because you live in it. Like, we just get to watch it, but I just in terms of what you ladies want to accomplish offensively and making the pool as balanced as possible offensively, like whether you're setting somebody up or whether you're looking to shoot, like how important is it to have an elite left-handed attacker, whether that's you or anybody else?
Yeah. I mean, it's always a great advantage to have a left-hander because they have an outlet. They can see from that deep wing what people can't see. And, we can do one plays when a lot of teams don't have that lefty and they have to only do a couple of 6-on-5s. But in the end, it's the whole team. Like, we don't have a strong center game, so we have to do a lot of motion and a lot of driving through. And I just think being able to have someone deep in the wing to outlet that is really important.
You're reading my mind as always, Mia Fabros. Speaking of strong center game, much respect to Kira Bethel, number 6 for Corona Del Mar. And you're going to see Gabby Alexin and Emerson Mulvey on Wednesday. Like, just again, this group dotting the I's, crossing the T's, being on their P's and Q's. Like, you haven't seen Corona Del Mar with the regularity that you've seen, a lot of the other, the Orange Lutheran, the San Marcos, the Newport Harbor, the Mater Dei. So, even though I'm sure you ladies and Jack aren't thrilled about the fact that she had 4 goals in that area, was it good to see that as a reminder to just how much attention you need to the group needs to pay, and how much respect that group needs to pay on Wednesday when it's Gabby or Emerson in there? Yeah,
this whole season we've been doing a lot of preparation on more specific teams like Newport and Mater Dei or Olu. So I think just how today there was a center who gave 4 goals against us, it's good to keep us on our toes and know that we can't be so stuck on one play that we've been practicing. We have to be adaptable to know that if the center is open, then you have to come back. You can't just stick to the game plan was. Like, the game plan is just to not let goal in. So whether that is adapting or changing your ideas, you have to finish that through.
Last thing, obviously, you ladies knew whether it was the greatest overtime performance in Oaks Christian history at Mater Dei last year, or whether it was a heartbreaking loss. Like, you knew that that was going to be the last opportunity in the southern section, especially in pool play, and the winner goes to the finals, and the loser was going to get ready for regionals. This year, a much more unique situation, a much more drawn out situation, crossovers and semifinals and and finals and whatnot. Do you like that amount of reps and opportunity, or would you, as a woman that lived through it last year and and benefited from the fact that it was only the 3 pool play matches and we beat Mater Dei and we go to the finals and we win the title? Like, I know that the story is still not completely written this year, but like, do you prefer one schedule over another?
I mean, it's not. Well, there's a lot more at stake when it's one and done. Obviously, when I was an underclassman, that's what we had to do. Like, one game you're out, so there's a lot more at stake. But I think that with this pool play and how you can go backdoor, it gives a lot of opportunities for other teams to play back in, and it definitely shows more competitiveness because we have to play Newport 2 times no matter what.
Yeah.
So
like I said, it's round 5. It could end up being round 6. It could be, if in the regionals, it could be round 7.
Yeah, but we just have to take it game by game because if we lose Newport, we can still come back in a week and play them and beat them again. So just game by game, we almost lost this one, so you never know what you can get. Yeah,
well, Corona Del Mar cut it to 9-8, but Oaks Christian showing that championship poise and composure and maturity to be able to pull it out, stretch it to 12-8, and then obviously a couple of late goals by Corona Del Mar when UH was trying to burn the clock. But Jay, Sarah, and Corona Del Mar are now in the rear view. And now we get to focus on the really fun stuff, and that is Wednesday at Newport Harbor in round 5 between the Lions and the Sailors. Mia, stay healthy, stay in the pool, and keep having a great impact.
Thank you so much.